Yes, you see it right. This could be the biggest brain project I've ever done. The journey of zero. The adventure of a number through a mathematical land full of trigonometric lasers and big brain bosses. A game where somehow you have to solve an equation at the middle of the playthrough and uses the answer to beat the bosses. Yes, this is the Asian game. Okay, so why am I making this game? Well, to put it simply, I got inspired by this. Yes, a YouTube video, and I somehow think it would be interesting to put it into a game. So that is when I go to my desk and draw some ideas. At first, I would just consider this project to be as large as my last game jam, but then I soon realized that this project is much more interesting than I first thought, so I decided to expand it. And here we are, my first draft of the game. There are not that much thing inside this game however, and its playtime is probably about 2 hours. And I hope that this game could give me a lot of experience later on to develop my main game. So I decided to temporarily stop developing my main game during this summer to develop this game. Also, I decided to stream some of this game about 3 or 4 hours a week just to show some processes and ask for your feedbacks. Okay, so a bit of summary to my game. This game is about a journey of a character called Zero, of course, through a set of 8 locations where they'll be met with challenging obstacles, and here are basically the 8 bosses. All of these are confined to 8 chapters, and each chapter also gives you 1 ability. Now I think my game wouldn't have a very great story or actually a story at all, because firstly, I didn't have any idea for it yet, and secondly, I think I might be able to bring this game into mobile, so I think having a way too long story could be not very good. Also, the 8 abilities of my game is quite complex, so I'm not sure about integrating it into the mobile phone, but I'll try at least. Now each abilities and bosses in my game has an interesting mechanics, and it is always related to math. For example, this is the most important ability in my game, the reciprocal dash. It is basically the same as the void dash in Hollow Knight. Yup, you just dash through short walls. This ability is also quite interesting. It's the square root, and each time you use it, it is equivalent to using a double jump and a glide ability at the same time. The 8 bosses are also quite interesting. For example, this boss, Tan, has 90 HP, and of course you know why it is 90. This boss, the imaginary number, it has the ability to clone to 5 copies of it within just one clone. You know, because I to the power 5 is equal to I. And the final boss of my game is, well, of course, the Euler's identity. All the objects of my game also has some math references inside it. For example, the lasers, which are the trigonometric functions. And of course, you can interact with it in the math sense too. So that is basically what for this video. I cannot spoil too much about my game yet, but you could join me in my stream. So I'll show you what I am doing and what I've done in the last week. Until then, goodbye.